Why does the first college football playoff repeat champion have to be these guys? Why? Why? I don't want to hear they're like, no, they're not. These dudes are not likable. Georgia is not a likable team. They never, outside of when they had Aaron Murray, they were never a likable team. This is why I campaigned for TCU to miss playoffs. They should not have been in. I knew this was going to happen. Everyone should have known this would happen. Every year it should be the four best teams making the playoff. Last year I didn't have a problem with the playoff. They got it right. The year before they got it right. 2019. I don't think Oklahoma should have been there, but beats me. Beats me. 2018. Outside of Notre Dame, they got it right. 2017, they got it right. They got it right. Wisconsin fucked up. Wisconsin fucked up. 2016, Washington was overrated, but they definitely had a right to be there. Ohio State, why the fuck did they get in? They weren't one of the four best teams that year. They weren't. Everyone's like, oh, they have one loss. That don't fucking matter. Ohio State did not deserve to make it that year. They should have made it in 2018. Because if you put the four most deserving teams in, you're going to see shit like this happening. Every year you're going to see shit like this happening. But I don't want to hear they beat Michigan. Cool, you beat the Dallas Cowboys of college football. That is not impressive. Georgia blew out that exact same Michigan team last season. And Bill O'Brien, you caused this to happen. You're the reason Georgia went back to back. Because Bama with a competent offensive coordinator would have beat Georgia. Because Bill O'Brien did not use his wide receivers correctly. Pete Golden cost them Tennessee. Bill O'Brien cost them LSU. In fact, Bill O'Brien almost cost them so many games this year. But Bama's talent bailed him out. So, yeah, that's the reason Georgia is doing this. Bill O'Brien. If he wasn't the offensive coordinator, Bama would be here easily. Because when Bama had Sark, Georgia had basically the same team in 2017. Actually, no, in 2020. Georgia had basically the same team as 2021. They basically did. They basically did. Guess what happened? Sark called a great game. Bama lit Georgia the fuck up. They lit them up like a firework. Just embarrassing. That the playoff went the four most deserving teams instead of four best. You can't tell me Alabama wasn't one of the four best. You can't. You seriously can't. The four best teams are Georgia, Michigan, Alabama, and Ohio State. Not even close either. It was not close at all. You can't tell me TCU is a better football team than Alabama. You just can't. If you want to go, if you want the four best teams, then you're not going to get this. That's why I wanted Alabama in the playoffs, because it would have been a more entertaining playoff than what we got. Because Bama would have beat Michigan, because Michigan is the Cowboys of college football. And Ohio State should have beat Georgia. TCU got incredibly lucky against Michigan. They got lucky. And this literally after that, I'm like, I'm never picking Michigan in a New Year's Six ever again. I'm never picking them to win a New Year's Six ever again. I never will. I never will. This was my last chance with them. And they lost. So I'm never picking them to win a New Year's Six Bowl ever fucking again. Oh my God. And Georgia's going to run up the score. Now, a team that deserves to get run up the score on, fucking LSU and Ohio State. Those two. At least when Bama played Georgia and blew them out, Bama didn't run up the score. They were down. Then they clawed up to go up big. And they scored one more time. But the way it's been, it probably will be. And Georgia's going to cost me a bowl mania. Because they're just running up the score. Because I'm deadlocked in a tie, and it's going to be a deadlock tie. But because I said the combined points will be 50 in the national title game, it's going to be even worse. You know what's going to be bad? I'm going to lose on a tiebreaker. It's a team that stands that won it all. This is worse than LSU when they won. Worse. By like 50 million miles. Way worse. And I hated that LSU team. I hated that team. I was real pissed when LSU beat Clemson. That pissed me off more than anything. And now this is happening, and I'm pissed. Because if you don't know me, I can't stand Georgia. I can't stand that team. They're not my most hated team. Obviously, it's fucking Texas, Ohio State, Southern Cal, Michigan. But Georgia's up there. If you ask me in 2019, LSU was number one by a mile. But touchdown, Lad McConkey. Fuck off. 51-7. 51-7. Four most deserving teams, my ass. Fuck out of here with that. It never was about the four most deserving teams. It never was. It's about four teams. This proved it. This proved it. Now he made the extra point, but Alex, you see my point? It really is about the four best teams, not the four most deserving. If you get the four most deserving, you're going to get an outcome like this. A given national title. Hopefully the committee learns their fucking lesson and puts in the four best teams. Because we're not going to get shit like this. Alabama would play Georgia much better than you guys think. Because Pete Golding actually calls good games against Georgia. He does. Last 3 times Alabama's played Georgia, Pete Golding called a actually good defensive game. Even under Bill O'Brien, he called a good defensive game. It's just Bill O'Brien called a horrible game, and unfortunately, fuck you, artificial turf, because you got Jameson Williams injured. And John Mechie. You have artificial turf save Georgia. And then a helmet-to-helmet hit. A shoulder to the chest, but if there's a helmet-to-helmet hit, it is automatically targeting. Soft or not, Helmet to helmet is automatically targeting. Even if you lead with your shoulder, you can't hit a dude in the helmet with your helmet. Actually, you can't hit a dude in the helmet, period. You can't. That's not legal. That's not even a clean hit. That's just forearm. You're a dirty player. How did Oregon play Georgia better than these dudes? State, Kent State, Mizzou, Oregon, with Bo Nix played Georgia better than TCU did. And Kenny Dillingham, an offensive coordinator. Kenny fucking Dillingham. Fuck the dogs. I'm pissed. I'm pissed. I'm legit pissed. I did not want this to happen. Because I was having a decent fucking Monday. I had a good ass walk to go to Dollar General to get some shit. I didn't plan on watching the national title, but I hung out in a Discord server, which I'm actually chill with everyone in there. And then this happened, and I'm going to get this one clown Georgia fan who no claims. And I already blocked on Discord and exposed his ass for fake exposing one of my friends. Anyways, I'm going to wrap this up. Georgia, enjoy it while it lasts.